Hey everybody, and welcome to another Memory Box. Today's a bit different in Memory Box, because today we're doing a series that's old, but a game that isn't, and it's a bit of an odd one. It's Pokémon Insurgence. It's a fan-made game, and I'm going to explain to you why, paradoxically, it's better than the normal series, but at the same time not as good as the normal series. But first, basically it takes place in a fictional area of the Pokemon world. I'm going to go from a save I've started in because there's stuff to explain and things like that. First of all, what you can see there is a Charmeleon. I'll get to that. And you can do the cool thing you could do in Pokemon Yellow where you could talk to Pokemon. And it works for any Pokemon in this game. I have a Ghastly as well that I've had following me, which isn't in this video, but there you go. You can see there it's got a map, but it also has online play as well, which we'll get to. And this is the map of the new region, the Torren region. That's where you start there. That's where I'm up to. That, I believe, is sort of like the main storyline ending thing you need to get to, from what I've read. But yeah, and then the online play, which we don't really go into because you have to register for it. I haven't up to this point, so I couldn't show you that. But the online stuff is you can connect to other people playing the game, and I believe there's fighting, obviously, but trading. And to be able to do that with just anyone who's there, and because it's on PC, it's much easier to work through. You know what I mean? So, yeah, as I say, it's quite different, but you still get all like your Poké Gear. Your bag is like the later versions of the games, where everything's, sectioned off. So you've got clothes, that there. Yes, Mew is actually technically your Pokemon in this game, but you don't have access to Mew. Basically, Mew saves you from being killed by these cultists, and throughout the game periodically will help you in times of need. That's a Poké Taxi. There you go. And that's basically the story. You've got to defeat the cults that exist here. They don't have like teams, and they actually mention it. They don't have teams. They have cults. Quick thing. Here's just the Pokemon I've got so far in my party. I really need to do a level up thing at some point. But that there is Delta Charmeleon. You see his Pokédex number there, 731. Basically, there's a whole, for the series of this game, there is a whole new type of thing called Delta Pokemon. And basically, it's Pokemon that have been, say, fiddled with. I mean, you can see there, Charmeleon is a ghost/dragon type. Basically, Delta Pokemon are created in a lab to be different to their normal types, to change things up. And I believe that's one of the cults is doing that. On this game, if you do, there's two different stories. There's a lighter story, which is more in tune with like Pokemon games that the Big N does, and there's a darker story which is more sort of adult in tone. And if you choose that, you can get, and also if you choose to have Delta Pokemon and Mega Evolutions, they've made more Mega Evolutions. At the start of the game, you normally pick an Eevee, but you can also get 3 Delta Pokemon: Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander. And you can pick those. I did because it's the first time I've played it. I will be honest, the next time I do it, I'm going to pick an Eevee, because the Delta Pokemon are hard to wrap your head around. Working out, you've got a Charmander, but it doesn't do Charmander stuff. It's weird. I'm not cutting any of this video here. Excuse me. It's just the story bit that I'm up to, but I'm doing it basically so I can talk about the game. Now, getting into the paradox thing I talked about earlier, I think this game, in some ways, really is better than the standard Pokemon games. And the reason I think it is, one, you can get every single Pokemon. 1 up to the, I believe, X and Y. I think maybe just before that, maybe Black 2, White 2. But all of them are obtainable in the game. And I think that's something that the standard ones really need to get to grips with, because in the anime, in the manga, we have seen people catching evolved forms of Pokemon. You can catch a Gengar out in the wild. You can catch Raichu. They do exist in the wild. And stuff like that. And then in this game, you can encounter any of them. And it's brilliant. Also, the fact that you have the lead Pokemon in your party follow you behind, you can talk to it, means that you can sort of get a bit more immersion with it. Having said that, a reason I don't think it's as good as the standard ones, because you can get every single Pokemon, there's no real need for... I mean, the reason they come out with 2 normally is so you can get one and your friend can get the other, and you can trade back and forth. And I mean, if you can get every single Pokemon, it kind of does away with the need for a trade. You know, it's... I mean, there are... If you remember, some of the Pokemon games had, like, secret bases. And there are some Pokemon you can only get in a friend's base, so it does help maybe to have someone else, you know, play it, or meet someone through playing the game. There's its own safari zone, things like that, but as I say, going back to the first point of why I think it is better in one way, I love that it's kind of like Pokemon Go, is anything can be found in the wild. And, you know, that there is the Delta War Turtle, which looks strikingly like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But again, because they're all different, you see that little Delta symbol at the top by its health points. Because they're all different, you can't get to grips with... Like, I don't know what War Turtle's type is, Charmeleon's one's the Ghost and Dragon thing. It's really, really weird. I think Bulbasaur was Fairy and Psychic. So, and it's like this really pink looking thing, but I love the differences they've done. Like this Delta thing, the Mega Evolutions, being able to find any like in the first area of the game, I found that Ghastly that I've trained up. There were Pikachu just roaming wild. There was an Abra. It was more like what you would have if you were in a real Pokemon world, and I love it. And I just think this is a game that the company in question that normally makes them should look at, because it's... You want... And I know we've got Pokemon Go, but people want a storyline Pokemon game where you can just be out in the wild and who knows what you'll find. But then again, like I say, going back to the standard ones, it was kind of nice having teams, like, you know, your Team Rocket in the first games, like, and then there was Team Magma and I believe Team Aqua, I can't fully remember, but there's different teams, and having 2 teams, it's like, again, plays into the duality of the standard games, and it's kind of, you face this team, you face this team, and you learn more, you know? It's... Whereas in this one, there are 6 or 7 cults, and they all have their own sort of different way of doing things. And again, in this game, excuse me again, the gyms are more down to a set type of Pokemon. They do things a bit differently. It's really weird. Thing is though, I've not actually gotten to a gym yet. In the game, I do believe later on in this video, we do see that the first gym is in the next town, and the person that runs it does fire and grass type, but mainly fire type. Let's say I've not done a gym yet. I'll be honest, I've not even done the traditional Pokemon thing of going around and this is another reason I think this game is better than the standard games, because it shows you either a buff or debuff that your Pokemon or the opponent Pokemon has, so you can see how badly you've been affected or how good the bonus was. And I do think that's something the main game should have. They probably won't ever do that, but why help the people who are paying for your game? But yes, as I say, I've not even done the standard Pokemon thing, which is level everyone up before you start going too far into the story. I've pretty much just gone through this with my Charmander / Melian and my Ghastly. I found a Rotom randomly in the town. If you interact with the TVs in this game, you have a random chance of getting a Rotom. So I've used that a couple of times, but as you can see there, my Charmeleon's speed is down to 1/3 and the accuracy is down to 2/3. Again, it's just something that the normal games should have, but and I will say as well, I kind of like, it seems odd because it really kept the normal Pokemon style of games, but I like the art design in this game. I like how things kind of mesh, like the different colours for the moves, and the moves themselves are kind of different as well, and I love that. And the fact that, as you'll see in the options menu I put up near the end of the video, you can change the font style as well to different games. Like this one, I believe, is from the Fire Red Leaf Green games, and there's different font styles you can use. It's really kind of cool thing. But yes, as I've said, it's something that's entirely fan made. Technically not finished yet. In this current version, there are 6 badges you can get up to now. But I highly recommend it because it's just brilliant what they've done with the game, and it has its own sort of site and everything. But it is well worth checking out, even if you just check out the Insurgence website and just look at what they're trying to work with. And it really is good. It's just something that I've been playing, and I've been kind of putting my normal day-to-day work stuff off to play this game, because apologies for the cursor there, I have no idea what OBS is doing at this moment in time. It really is one of those games that you just kind of want to play more no matter what. Nora is also like your character. I mentioned before about Mew. Nora has, I think, Lucario. I think, don't quote me on that one. And she can do similar things to what you can do. It's a whole story thing. And Damien there, the blonde guy, he is technically your rival, because he has the opposite Pokemon to you and stuff like that. But they've not played it like the typical cocky Gary Oak style of things where he's always one step ahead. He's actually younger than your character, so if anything, you're like the mentor that's kind of getting him through. So, yeah, Damien. And my name is TRJS. So, it's a foreign name, but you'll get used to it. But yeah, so as I said before, in this one, you're trying to track down the cults, you're trying to stop them all, and stuff like that. Here we go, I'll show you the options menu here. Your text speed has got an extra setting. Sorry, that's the font style being messed with. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I believe, is the other one. Fix the screen size there. The stat change overlay you can turn on or off. Yeah, obviously I leave it on because why not, wouldn't you? You can change the difficulty of the game. Purity mode, this is what I was on about. I'll show you the info. Yeah, it's whether the fan-created stuff appears, like Delta Species, the new Mega Evolutions they've come up with. And you can play the game through as if it's a normal Pokemon game, or with the added stuff, which I do. Constant daytime on or off is a good thing. I've got daytime on. The story mode, as I say, you've got your lighter and darker things, but that's it. And I've just realised I'm ran out of time on this video, and I haven't even got around to ending it properly. Sorry, I've just enjoyed talking about this game. So I'll do a bit of a black screen at the end here. But yes, this has been Pokemon Insurgence. I highly recommend you check it out. I thank you for keeping with me with another memory box. I have been TheRealJustSean, and if you want to check out more of my stuff, or indeed Warlord stuff, I am on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday with Memory Box, Sight Unseen, and my Friday Full Play. And Warlord does his 2 Let's Plays on Tuesday and Thursday, and every fortnight he releases another in his Minecraft series of videos as well. So do check out our videos on here. And then also check out the Facebook page, Totally Tanked, for up to date stuff on what we're doing and various articles and editorials we do. But if you want to see everything in one place, check out totallytanked.com. Thank you everyone, and goodbye.